So let's talk about your positioning as you walk up to a bar and a girl's standing there ordering a drink. This is one of the common scenarios that you'll see all the time in a bar that guys really mess up in a couple of bad ways. So let's pretend we're at a bar right here and the bartender's over this direction where this painting is, and the bartender's looking at us here, we're looking at the bartender there. Now when you're going to walk up, a girl's always going to be positioned so that she's looking at the bartender. She's going to be like this. Now, one big mistake I see that guys make is if a girl is facing this direction, they'll walk up, put one elbow on the bar, and talk kind of like this. They'll put their face kind of where she has to look at them, and then the girl's trying to look at the bartender, but the guy will put his face here and he'll start his approach there. Now that's a big, huge mistake, and the reason why is because it just makes you look, it's just way too focused on the girl. You're not even focused on what everybody else is focused on. You're focused just on that girl. So you're giving all of your attention, every bit of your attention right at that girl, and you're forcing her to look at you. Now, what other reason could there be for your attention on her like that other than you're really trying to hook up with her or hit on her? And not only that, when when you're doing something like this, you're also, when you sit back and you're like, hey, what's up? You're also doing this kind of in front of everybody around. So you're creating some social pressure that's really undue. It's really not necessary. So for those reasons, I really think it's a bad idea to do that kind of an approach at the bar. Another thing that I think is a really bad way to approach a girl at the bar is using a 90-degree approach. Now, we talked about the 90-degree rule, right? And I talked about how it's great to have neutral positioning at 90 degrees. Now that's when you're standing freestanding in the bar, wherever you're standing at, and there's nothing really around you to lean on or against, or nothing that's taking everyone's attention right in front of you. So when somebody's attention is on, or when a lot of people's attention is on something else, almost everybody looking in one direction, like we're at the bar and everybody's looking at the bartender for waiting for their drink, it's a really bad idea for you not to be doing that. So much like when you're faced here and you're not facing the bartender at all, another thing you don't want to do is approach right at 90 degrees, because not only are you not facing the bartender here, but you're also giving, again, all of your attention directly at the girl who's here. Not only that, she's not even looking at you, she's looking at the bartender. So you're approaching a girl, giving her all of your attention, and she's just naturally giving you zero attention, which is a terrible, terrible place to be as well. Because she will feel like she's already denying you just based on the positioning that you're walking up in. So what's the correct approach? Well, the correct approach is to mimic her body position and then just turn towards her. So if the girl is standing here at the bar and she's faced straight forward like this, I'll simply walk up to one side and I might put my arms down like this, and then when I look at the bartender for a second, and then I open right here. Now you'll notice when I bend down like this, also, if the girl is standing up, her shoulders are going to be kind of behind mine. If I'm here, her shoulders are going to be kind of behind mine. So she almost feels like she's behind me, and that kind of keeps her safe. If I was to be behind her, standing up like this, and she was in front of me here, and I kind of crowded in, it might feel like I'm kind of crowding her space in that way. So that's another thing you don't want to do. So again, when you approach at the bar and a girl's facing the bar, you want to be right next to her, and then you want to just turn your head to approach. It's great also if your shoulder's a little bit in front of hers, so I don't mind if you lean over the bar a little bit and then lean and then kind of turn back. It's a lot better than if you were behind her. Like if she was standing here and then I was behind her, that's also not the best position to be in. So if you do end up in one of those positions when you're at the bar, I'd recommend you still open somehow if you can. If you can't get into a better position, you should still open. But what you should do is try to quickly change your positioning or move her. You can touch her on the shoulder. You can try to move her shoulders this way a little bit. I might try touching here with the back side of my hand on the inside of her shoulder. That might make her turn her shoulders this way towards me, so she might turn this way and open. Those are a few of the types of tricks that I'll do to get a girl to be in the proper position for me to start talking with her at the bar. And I think if you do those three, I think the best way to do it obviously is just to walk up and have your shoulders facing the same way she is and turn your head. And I think if you do that, you're going to have some pretty good success with girls who are standing at the bar waiting for a drink. Oh, also, It's a great thing to remember when a girl is at the bar and she's waiting for a drink, how much time do you have? There's a time constraint on things. If this girl is, you want to look at the way that the girl is standing and what she's doing. If she looks like she's trying to get a bartender's attention, that means she hasn't ordered yet. If she hasn't ordered yet, then you've got a few minutes to talk to her. However, if she has a credit card thing in front of her and she's already paid, or she's about to pay, or she's waiting on him, she's got a drink sitting in front of her but she's still looking at the bartender, that would mean that she hasn't got her bill yet. So you've got about 10-20 seconds maybe at the most before she might just walk away from you. So be aware when you're at the bar and make sure that you understand exactly what's going on and how much time you have to talk to this girl, because you might find yourself in a situation where she's just like, oh, I gotta go, gotta see my friends, bye. And you want to have at least a little bit of something built up before then in your conversation so that she feels the need to stick around. So that's how to do stuff at the bar. That's the bar approach.